Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Last month I actually picked up the Vulcan Omnipro 220 from Harbor Freight. Got some welding projects I want to kind of get into. So this video is me just kind of getting this thing set up. I actually haven't welded in about 5 years. The last time I did was when I did the video for the 4Runner tire carrier swing out. Video actually has like 75,000 views. So thank you for whoever came during that time. I think most of my subscribers are actually from that video alone. But today I want to kind of get into this. This is a multi-process machine. It's good for MIG, TIG, stick. It can even do a spool gun if you want to do aluminum. To me, this was the best value for what I do, being a hobbyist. I do want to get into TIG. I do have to get the TIG torch separate. I have not picked that up yet. But I did want to tinker around with MIG and just see kind of how it does. I've heard nothing but great things on this welder. I know a couple people that have this one and they all love it with no issues. So I'll get this. Picked up the welding cart as well, so I will assemble that in this video, kind of get it on. And then I got some 1/8 inch steel, just weld coupons, just to tinker around with and see how it does. See how rusty I am. I took some welding classes back in like 2008, 9, 10 time frame. But other than that, haven't really welded. So we'll see how this goes. A couple other shop updates. I did have a 44-inch US General box here, which I since have moved in the house just for my office. My 3D printer, I can kind of keep all my camera stuff, 3D printer stuff, all that kind of organized, clean. I did replace it with the 56-inch box alongside with the 26-inch box, rolling bottom and top. My floor does slope in the barn, so I do plan to build a frame for this thing to kind of level it out. This did give me plenty of workbench top here. So right now they're empty. Kind of decorative, but this is, yeah, where they'll go. End up moving my air compressor to the back corner over there. But I'm really happy with these boxes. These things are built great. If you catch it now, they're actually putting a lot of these Series 2 boxes on sale. They're coming out with the Series 3 within the next couple of months. So if you keep your eye out for sales, I do know the 72-inch boxes have been on clearance, trying to get that out because I think that's the first Series 3 box to come out. But that's just what I heard online. I got these on the Insider Track Club coupons, but keep an eye out. Just, I do know these are starting to go on clearance. They want to get them out of there so they can get the new boxes in. I did also pick up this old Delta Homecraft drill press. I think it's from the 1950s based off the serial number on the side. So I need a drill press in the shop. These things actually, people love them when they restore them. So I do plan to do a full restoration on this thing. I was told it works when I bought it, but I guess we'll find out. Worst case, I mean, these things are so basic, I just have to replace the motor. Hopefully I can make this motor work, but it should be a great little bench top drill press once it's all done. Let's go get that welding cart put together, get this thing all plugged in, and just see what it does. All right, so what comes in the box? Looks like this is for a gas line. Has one adapter for a 110. So this is 110 and 220. I heard it's okay on 110. I do have a 220 for this here. So I do have 220 that I'm gonna use. Comes with a little wire wheel for 045. And it does come with the MIG gun here. Also comes with the ground clamp, and it does come with a regulator. I heard there's better ones out there. I'm just going to use this as it's the only one I have. And then it comes with an electrode holder for stick welding. I don't really plan to stick weld anytime soon. I might have to just around the house for some things, but my go-to is MIG. I prefer MIG. Like I said before, I will want to get a TIG torch and pedal They do sell that separately, as well as the spool gun for aluminum. I'll probably get all those just so I have options. But yeah, it pretty much comes with everything you need ready to go. So let's kind of get this stuff in. Hopefully my power works. I have not tested that outlet, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Breaker was off. Now let's try it. And it's on. I wasn't too sure if the power would work. Now we got power, let's plug everything else in. All right, so I got it all connected. Gonna flip it on. Let's see if we can focus on. When you go to home, basically you have all these options, just kind of make it nice and simple. So you have MIG, flux core, MIG stainless, manual, spool gun, stick welding, TIG, and then your settings. So I'm going to just go into MIG steel, push the button, tells you which way to plug everything in. So here's where you'll set your wire diameter and then whatever thickness that you have. So I have 030 in there. For this I'm going to just be using some 1/8" steel, which is technically 11 gauge. I'm going to go one smaller. Could be wrong, but just in the past, and I would usually turn down everything. So we'll start here, but once you get in, what's nice is it kind of gives you your inch per minute and then voltage. So you can actually turn these, so 17.5, you could turn this and adjust, and it tells you kind of a line where you're at. Same with the wire speed. So you can go back to what it was. Fairly easy setup. Hopefully I'm doing this right. So now, time to weld. All right, so if you've been wondering why I've been working on this Craftsman table, so I picked this up, actually turned it into a welding workbench. That way I can just weld directly on it. So you can pick these up for usually pretty cheap. I just wanted the cast tops to it. I will be building a rolling kind of frame for this thing. It'll be a little taller too, so I don't have to hunch down. What I like about it is you can just get the welding clamps on it, put the ground clamp on it, and then should just be able to take my material and kind of just put it on top and work with it. I am just gonna tack these together and see. I'm hoping my welding hood still works. It's solar, so we'll see. I think I'll get a better, welding hood because this thing doesn't go that dark. All right, first weld. Not the prettiest. I really need a better welding hood though. I can't really see much. Let's see, focus. Yeah, that's the first weld in 5 years. I really think I need to get a welding hood before I do more. And I need to dial in some settings. A little better on that one. So I turned up the gas and turned down the wire speed. So I am going to pick up a different welding hood before I keep going, and then I'm going to tinker some settings and kind of mess around, get used to it. Like I said, it's been 5 years, so I don't expect my first passes to be perfect. Okay, we'll just do a couple more. So third pass, still getting better. So that was first, second, so that's third pass right there. A little better, getting there. So fourth pass there, looking a lot better. So I got a lot of the splatter out and the porosity from, I think it was the gas. So I turned the gas up, seemed to work a lot better. And then turned some of the voltage down, but slowly dialing it in. So I think I just have to play around with this a little bit more, mess around with some settings, and just keep practicing. So that's it with everything. I'm not too worried about not being able to get a handle on it. I did take pride in my beads before, even though I didn't weld that much. So I just have to mess around with the settings a little more, figure out what kind of works best for this setup, but so far I'm happy with it. I want to get this dialed down. I know I've mentioned in previous videos, I want to do things like build bumpers. My first few projects are just going to be simple ones, so I'm going to do just a metal frame for the toolboxes just to level them out. And then same thing with this welding table. I'm going to take off the tops on it and kind of build its own frame. And I'll do it a little higher up just so I'm not leaning over as much. I'm tall, I'm 6'1", comes up to here on me. So yeah, if I could bump it up a little bit more, that'd be nice. Yeah, again, check out the Vulcan Omnipro 220. If you kind of want one welder that'll do all, and I heard it does the other things pretty well. So I can't wait to try those. I wasn't the best at TIG welding, just too many movements, but I do want to get a TIG torch in practice for that, especially if I do aluminum and stuff like that. Yeah, I get spool gun, but I was fairly decent at aluminum TIG. Not the best though, I was much better at MIG welding. But yeah, happy with the welder so far. Videos coming up, I will keep welding and I'll show you guys some progress on my welds as we do more and more. But for now, for this first video, I'm happy with the way it's performing. I'm not an expert at welding, don't ever admit to being an expert, so I'm just learning as I go. I like to learn new skills for new projects and stuff like that. If I don't know how to do it, I like to try to learn how to do it, at least so I'm somewhat competent. So as you've seen with this channel, that's just kind of the premise of everything. I try to do everything myself that I can. So this is one more tool in the toolbox. Toolboxes which are currently empty, and my tools are all on the floor right next to me off camera so you can't see them. But more on that in the next one. All right, you guys have a good one. See you in the next one.